I am so excited to talk to her. She's one of my favorite comedians. Her name is Iliza Shlesinger. If you've never seen her Netflix specials before, her third one dropped today. It just came out midnight last night. Confirmed kills. You should definitely go watch it because guaranteed it's going to be hysterical. I love her. I'm so excited to talk to her. Iliza, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excited because I know what I'm doing the second I get home. I'm going to go watch your Netflix special.
I love that answer. It dropped last night at midnight Pacific time, so it was like Christmas morning. I got to wake up and see all the comments, which is fun for me because I'm Jewish, so I've never had that experience before.
Now, I got to ask you right off the bat because you travel around. You do obviously a ton of shows. You're one of the hardest working comedians out there now.
Yeah.
But what's the difference between doing preparing to do a special and then just doing like a regular, let's say, event that you normally do?
It's kind of like playing a game versus working out, you know?
Yeah.
So doing a show like around town for like a 20-minute spot or even an hour on the road, people are there. Obviously, you want to entertain them, but you have the luxury if you mess up and be like, oh, here's, I'm starting over. There's less pressure. You're doing it an hour. You have one shot to get it right because even though you're going to keep doing that material for the rest of time, or some of it, I guess, that one night will be frozen in time. So even if that joke improves, you've got that one shot where you put it in on tape, and you're like, and that's it. And that's what people are going to judge you on. So there's a lot of pressure to get it as good as you can.
Yeah, I can only imagine. One of my favorite things about comedians in general is I don't think there's another group of people that really get in touch with their fans as much as you guys do.
I think I have an exceptional group of fans. Definitely social media makes it easier and creepier in a lot of cases. I learned that lesson very early on. If you're eating somewhere, don't post where you're eating while you're doing it.
I can only imagine some of those photos.
I find it, I'm so touched and honored when people not only spend their time and money to come see me do a show, but then they make T-shirts for me, or they make T-shirt or gifts for my dog, or they write handwritten letters. Like, you're putting your art out there, and you're letting people interpret it, and then they give it back to you in some form. And I know that sounds kind of like New Age and spiritual, but it's a really cool thing to see how it affects people.
Yeah, and I was going to bring that up because one of my friend and his wife absolutely adore you, and they've seen you every time you come to Portland, and their main goal is to get on your Instagram. They make shirts like crazy to get on your Instagram. Is there any shirts that you've seen recently that have really stuck out to you and really kind of stuck into your mind?
Well, first of all, I want to say, as long as I'm playing a venue where I'm allowed to do a meet and greet after, if you make a shirt, it always goes on the Instagram. So feel free to come on out and do that. I was in Canada recently, and I had two different people. I have a whole bit about party goblins, and people drew out what their party goblin looks like in detail, and then they drew out pictures, almost like hieroglyphics for every bit in my act. It was these girls that did it. You can scroll through it. I think their shirts were green. So I was so touched at how much time they took. And then this really nice woman in Edmonton knitted my dog a scarf because she didn't want Blanche to be cold in Canada.
Oh my gosh, that's adorable.
I almost cried.
I have to be honest. I kind of fangirled out a little bit when I saw you in Portland, and someone that works with you was taking Blanche outside, and I was like, oh my God, they're taking Blanche outside. It's time for her walk or something.
It's time for Tiny Tips to have her walk. I've got this stunning dog who's just the sweetest thing ever, and I share her with people for no reason other than I just think she's so beautiful. It's not about making money off of her or anything, and people just ran with it. The amount of people that come to my shows and they flip out and just want a picture with the dog, and she's happy to do it. Yeah, it's a special thing that people are as close to my dog as I am.
So is it a kind of a close thing to where do you kind of wonder sometimes if this individual bought tickets to the show to see you or the dog?
That's the big joke, and I never want to crush people's spirits. It's the big mom joke. They come up, they're like, you were fine, but the dog was great. Or I'm really here for the dog. I'm like, if that's actually the case, you're an insane person. But I guess that this is a joke, so go ahead, pet the dog, that's fine.
Blanche is kind of part of this too, but your sets, you have so many, it seems like inside jokes with your fans. When you're writing your sets and stuff, or especially your Netflix specials, do you recognize that those lines are going to be standout things like the party goblin? And yesterday I saw you posting all of the memes people were doing about the first day of fall and things like that. Do you know that those are going to be inside jokes between you and your fans? They're going to stand out that much when you're writing your specials and stuff?
So, like, for that, like, I definitely put hashtags in my last special because, and I did that for one reason. Netflix doesn't give you the numbers, so you don't know how many people are watching your special.
Oh,
so
wow.
I put those hashtags in, so I could kind of keep up with people. So I figure if you're hashtagging me, you must be seeing the special. Not that I'm sitting there with, like, an abacus at home, like, tallying it up. But, you know, you hashtag a bunch of things, and it's always interesting to see what people gravitate to. Every writer has those lines where you write it, and you're like, I bet people are going to love this, and then they never repeat it again. And then they'll pick out, like, one random thing, and that will become the thing. So, you know, obviously you want people to love everything, but I never can predict what people are going to end up latching onto. The pumpkin everything, when I woke up yesterday and all these people had sent me memes about the fall, you know, I certainly didn't think my bit was going to become like the poster child for fall, but it's very touching when people care enough to remember your art, you know, a year later. So, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, I'm super excited to watch your new special tonight. I have a watch party planned with my friends. But I was curious, like, when you're naming your specials, how do you kind of look for the line that you're gonna use for the name of your special?
Yeah, for this one, I had, like, you know, sometimes the name comes up first. Like, if you ever, like, gotten a pet, like, you have a name in mind, but then you get the pet, and you're like, oh, you're not a peanut butter at all. I can't name you that. You're not even brown. So for Confirmed Kills, I had a couple names, and a friend of mine actually suggested the name because it's this eponymously titled bit because I have this whole bit about the way we treat our grandparents and how we give them these, like, pejorative names, like Yim Yam and Pip Pop. And so the whole joke is, like, really, Pip Pop's got 53 confirmed kills. Like, show some respect. You know, that's a grown man. So it has to do with that joke, but it also has to do with, you know, just killing on stage, and I felt that this was my third special. Like, I think I've made my mark. So It's an aggressive title, but, you know, I think women could stand to be a little bit more aggressive once in a while.
Amen.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to call in and talk to us. I know it's a big day for you. Congratulations on your new special. I hope you do a part 2 of the Confirmed Kills tour, because this one's not coming to Oregon, and I need to see you again live.
We're going to add more dates, and it's so cute that you're having a party later, so I hope you love it, and thanks for having me, you guys.
Yeah,
yep,
thank you so much, Iliza.
Take care.
Bye.
Don't stop. You're listening to KDUK's